Paltrocast. David, how is your day going aside from talking to this guy and fellow members of the press?
Doing really good. I like doing this. Actors love talking about themselves.
And then is that a volunteer's hat that you're wearing as a Knoxville native?
You got that right, buddy. My blood is orange.
You're a lifer in a lot of ways, acting, which college team you support, etc. But we're here to talk about Walden. Easy role for you to participate in? Was there a lot of prep needed?
Not really. I went through and adjusted some dialogue, went over that with Mick, the director writer, and he liked my ideas. And so that was smooth. And, you know, the way I approach any role is I go through the script and I find the things that I can be me with. And then those are, I feel like those are done. And then I find the ways that the character's not like me. And there weren't a lot in Judge Boyle, without going into too many details. I felt the key was how comfortable he is in power, because in this small town, he's the man. Mm-hmm. And he's been the judge in that courtroom for years and years, as long as he wants, and he'll be there as long as he wants. And I just felt like if I could get comfortable with that power, the power that a high profile, you know, big fish in a small pond has, then I would get the role right.
Got it. Now, some people, when they play cops, lawyers, investigators, etc., they trail somebody, they do that kind of prep work. Did you do any judge work for this one?
No, because first of all, I have a good friend who's a judge, and when I was 15, I wanted to be a criminal lawyer, and so I got a job for $25 a week, basically being this top criminal law firm in Knoxville as their fax machine, because there were no fax machines. So I walked back and forth to the courthouse all summer long, and I also went to court with the lawyers. So I spent a lot of time in the courtroom.
Wow. Okay. So early interest for you that coincidentally turned into this role, but you've done so many things. This must have been like your fourth time playing a lawyer or a judge, right?
I've lost count, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think I've played a judge before. I played a lawyer, some movie I did in Canada. I can't remember the name of that, but yeah, and I played, you know, cops, of course, detectives, and uniformed cops, and so forth.
With this particular role, what was your gateway to it? Did you know the director or any of the castmates?
So the way our operation works, we're in post-production on our third film, Degenerate, which is a poker movie about degenerate gamblers. We did a little movie called I'll Be Watching first, and I had a friend of mine that wanted to get into investing in movies and making movies. I put him in touch with this young producer couple in Atlanta, and so they knew Mick, and Mick submitted the script, and we decided we wanted to do the script. And then I read the script and they said, do you see a role in this for you? I said, yeah, the judge. So I flew out to LA, met with Mick, and the first thing he said, we went to Matsuhisa, and he walked in, and the first thing he said was, let's get this out of the way. I want you to play the judge.
Not bad. And did he also pick up the check?
No, the investor did.
Well, either way, free dinner, and you got cast, and you got to enjoy the dinner because you were already cast.
Yeah, he's a hell of a guy to have a little sake with and dinner. He's quite a character.
Well, aside from Walden, I first became aware of you like, oh, that's David Keith, because you starred in one of the movies I watched more than any other movie in my life, and this is going to make you cringe. You ready?
Yeah.
Major League 2.
That didn't make me cringe.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because I love that. I love that movie. I love playing that character so much. The movie was hilarious. You know, a lot of great guys in it, and no, that's cool. I didn't know what you were going to say, but I was afraid you were going to say, you know, a couple of obscure sci-fi films that I did back in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. So I'm glad you didn't mention them.
I think that Major League 2 is one of the few cases where the sequel is better than the original. Very few times can you say
thank
that.
you. Thank
So,
you.
is there any Jack Parkman in you, the human being?
Well, I played baseball in high school and been a sports fan all my life, but no, I don't. I mean, maybe I went through a fairly flamboyant period for about 20 years, but I was never an asshole. I didn't. Maybe some people would argue with you, but I don't feel I was ever the kind of dick he was.
Yeah, he supports my theory in talking to you and seeing how pleasant you are and how about the craft you are, that the meaner the person on screen, the nicer, more well-adjusted they are as a human being, because they get it out of them.
Well, thank you. I have my moments, but my 12-year-old son would say there's a little Parkman in me sometimes.
Well, hey, back to, you mentioned you have a team that you're helping produce movies with, get financed, get made, etc. So is that the next thing that we're going to see you working on, or are we allowed to know what's coming next from you, David?
Well, I mentioned Degenerate. We're in post-production there, and I'm an actual creative VP on that. And so I've been involved in the process since the get-go, developing the script, finding the director, working with the director on casting, all the way through to now I'm working on the soundtrack. We're working on visual effects. So I've been involved every step of the way in the creative process. And I must say it's like the best job I ever had in my life. And I also play the villain in the movie. So it was great on both ends. Good movie.
Two quick questions, and then I'll let you go. The first one, as a Knoxville native, are you familiar with the band Superdrag? Were they on your radar?
No.
Okay. Easy answer there. And then the follow-up to that, you just said the word soundtrack. What's the last concert that you went to as a fan?
Last night, I went to see Samantha Fish.
Wow.
At the Bijou Theater here in Knoxville. Yeah. Incredible guitar playing.
So you're a blues guitar kind of guy by nature?
Yeah, blues rock. Johnny Winter is probably my favorite, and the Allman Brothers. So, the Allman Brothers are a little more relaxing, but Johnny Winter, if I want some really high octane music, he's my guy.
You've got taste, and hopefully you go see the Allman Betts family revival because they're now on tour. It sounds like your wheelhouse.
Yeah, man. Can't wait.
Well, David, thank you for your time. Thank you for the decades of great roles, and congrats on not only Walden, but being a creative beyond being on camera. Looking forward to what's to come from your new partnership.
Thanks, pal.
Paltrocast.